Greetings Earthlings, Megan here. Today we are going to review a body cream from Beloved, a brand new line sold exclusively at Target. I'm a beauty product developer, so I bring a lot of very special insight when reviewing products. This is an unpaid, unsponsored video. I do not have any financial ties to Target or to the brand itself. I bought this cream using my own money for $9.99. Let's talk about the brand. This brand, Beloved, is by Love Beauty and Planet, which is owned by Unilever, a massive global entity that owns other brands that you've probably heard of, like Dove, St. Ives, Tresemme, Pond's, just to name a few. The cool thing about this brand is that they aim to be more sustainable, and they are also vegan and cruelty-free. Let's talk about the packaging. This is a 10-ounce jar made from 100% recycled plastic. Let's talk about the texture. This is a very good moisturizing body cream. It has very nice slip during application, meaning it's not draggy or difficult to apply by any means. It manages to be moderately thick and feel luxurious, yet doesn't feel heavy or greasy at all. After application, it leaves skin with a soft, silky feeling. It feels quite lovely. Let's talk a little bit about the fragrance. So this fragrance is a sweet pink floral. I would say at the top there is a kind of fresh, citrusy note, followed by, of course, a pink floral bouquet. And then after that, you do smell a hint of fruit, potentially berries. So it's quite pretty. I would say that the rose component of this particular fragrance, because the fragrance is called Cherry Blossom and Tea Rose, the rose component is what I would characterize as a soft, delicate rose petal. It is in no way a old lady musky rose. So don't be intimidated by the rose. It's actually a very soft, pretty rose petal type vibe that's actually quite youthful. Let's keep in mind that cherry blossoms themselves in reality really don't have an aroma. So this fragrance is really kind of like a fantasy interpretation of what cherry blossoms would smell like. So overall, this fragrance is very youthful. It's very feminine. It's a very sweet pink floral that's very well-rounded and quite lovely, to be honest. One criticism that I have of the fragrance is that the use load of it is actually quite strong. So for me personally, I don't find myself to be super inclined to apply this particular formula all over my body because I find the fragrance load to be so strong that it would be a little bit overwhelming for me. I do really enjoy fragrance products, but I typically like fragrance products that are just a little bit more subtle in their fragrance impression. But I also want to acknowledge that this criticism is actually probably a really big selling point for most people, because I think the vast majority of the population that is looking for, fragrance scented body products, they're looking for fragrance scented body products that are richly scented, that will last a long time, similar to products that you may find at Bath & Body Works. So if you are the type of consumer that likes products from Bath & Body Works that are really, really richly scented, then you would probably really like this product. For me, it's just personally a little too strong. Let's talk about the formula and do a deep dive into the actual ingredient listing. So this is a pretty standard gelled emulsion. Emulsion is just a really fancy word for a lotion or a cream. And when I say it's a gelled emulsion, that means that there are water-based thickeners that help supplement this formula. My guess is that these are added in to help achieve a really rich texture that doesn't feel greasy or heavy upon application. Let's run through the ingredient list, even though literally nobody asked for this. The first ingredient is water. This is pretty self-explanatory, followed by stearic acid. This is an emulsifier. This is just a really fancy word for an ingredient that brings oil-loving ingredients and water-loving ingredients together to form an emulsion. Remember, an emulsion is just a really fancy word for a lotion or a cream. Next, we have isopropyl palmitate. This is an emollient, which is just a fancy word for a moisturizer. Next, we have caprylic capric triglycerides, again, a moisturizer. Glyceryl stearate SE, glyceryl stearate, these are both emulsifiers. Glycerin, this is a humectant, which is a fancy word for a hydrator. Cetyl alcohol. Don't get concerned, this is not the same as rubbing alcohol. A lot of times when people see alcohol in an ingredient, they automatically think it is drying. That is absolutely not the case for this ingredient. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Cetyl alcohol is a fatty alcohol, which actually will help thicken this particular formula in addition to helping lock in moisture. The next ingredient is fragrance. This is pretty self-explanatory, followed by phenoxyethanol. This is a preservative. This is a very, 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 very important ingredient. Preservatives help guarantee safety in the product over the long term. These are absolutely essential. Next ingredient is dimethicone. This is a silicone. This particular formula has a really nice application and feels very silky afterwards. It's probably the dimethicone that is helping to achieve that. Next ingredient is chlorphenicin. This is a preservative, again, very important, guarantees safety. Carbomer, this is a thickener. Disodium EDTA, this is for chelation. This essentially helps keep the product intact for a long time. Avocado oil, this is going to moisturize. Ethyl hexylglycerin, this is a preservative or a preservative booster. Again, guarantees safety. Sunflower seed oil, a moisturizer. Benzoic acid, again a preservative, guarantees safety. Xanthan gum, this would probably be helping with slip in this particular formula. Sodium acrylates, sodium acryloyl dimethyl taurate copolymer, quite a mouthful. This is probably a thickener. Isohexadecane, this is a volatile emollient. Again, this is helping with texture and application. Polysorbate 80, this is a solubilizer. It's likely to have multiple benefits in keeping this formula stable over the long term. Next, we have bergamot and orange oils. These are probably contributing and complementing the fragrance and giving some beautiful citrusy top notes. Tocopherol acetate, this is a version of vitamin E, which is an antioxidant. In theory, this could be providing skin benefits, but it also, and most likely, is included in the formula to keep all of the botanical oils, all of the emollients from going rancid over time. So this will help ensure that the formula is good and smells lovely over the course of the shelf life. Next, we have rose oil and cherry blossom flower extract, pretty self-explanatory. Then the remaining ingredients, benzyl alcohol, benzyl salicylate, citronellol, geraniol, limonene, and linalool. These are technically fragrance allergens, but this isn't reason to cause alarm. Anytime you are using essential oils, which this product is doing, these are actually natural constituents of essential oils. So what this brand is doing is they're disclosing that these known allergens are a part of the formula, probably from the essential oils. So based on the high fragrance load, based on these fragrance allergens, if you have sensitive skin, you might want to spot test this prior to applying it all over your body. Let's talk about my final opinion. I do like this formula. I think it's very lovely. I think it feels very good during and after application. It's non-greasy. It feels nice and silky after the product absorbs into skin. However, as I said previously, my only criticism is that the fragrance load is quite high, too high for me personally, and that I find it overwhelming. However, I think if you like richly scented products similar to those at Bath & Body Works, you would probably really enjoy this product and be a very good candidate for this product. Thanks for watching this video. Please let me know if you have any questions below. I know I threw a lot of jargon out at you. And then please let me know what you liked about this video, what you didn't like about this video, how I could improve my videos in the future. And also please let me know what kind of content and videos you'd like to see from me. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can see more super nerdy videos about beauty from me. And then, yeah, thanks for watching, guys.